What is going on, everybody? So I'm here at a customer's house right now, and this tank is giving us some problems. And I'm gonna take you guys inside right now and show you what we're dealing with. But I need some suggestions. What do you guys think would work in this aquarium? We got to get it back on track. The nitrates are really high. They're staying at a very high level. We're looking at like over 20. Phosphates are about 0.12. Now this aquarium was just plagued with aptasia. We've really gotten control of the aptasia. We put a copper band butterfly in there that just eradicated all of it. But now we're dealing with vermeted snails and some other things. So let's go ahead and go inside, and I'll give you a rundown of the aquarium, and then we can talk about what we can do. All right, so here is the aquarium, and this is definitely a tank that's been up for a while, but recently the lights just came on. But look, we got some good growth. We've got rock flower anemone doing really well. We got this discosoma mushroom that is growing. They're getting a lot of babies of those. That's spreading pretty good. Zoas are doing good. The lights just came on, but usually these toadstools right here, bright green polyps, look great. Tons of coralline algae. Toadstool again growing like crazy. Forgive my pipe, I'm about to do a water change. Paligrana is taking up that whole rock. Some more zoas down low. Mushroom is doing good. Again, all the soft corals are all doing good, right? But it's just softies in here. We need some other stuff. We've tried these hammer corals. You can see their skeletons right there in there. A skeleton. And my theory is that, not the copper band, but because this was happening before the copper band was introduced. The aptasia I thought originally was causing a problem with the hammers, but now I'm thinking one of these fish, either the blue tang or the yellow tang, is going after the hammer corals. And there was I forget what fish it was that was in here back in the day, but was definitely going after coral. And I think that the other fish picked it up and are now resuming going after those LPS corals and starting to munch on them. So I don't know if we're going to be able to put that type of coral back in here, because I think these fish are just too used to picking, and I don't know. I'm scared. We've put small pieces in here before, and within a couple of days, they're dying, and they look like they're being picked on. They look like they're being nipped, and then the pulp kind of bails out. So something I feel is going after them. I'm not sure what, but my guess is it's a fish. The tank looks kind of, I hate to say it, but like lifeless. So we need to get some more stuff right here. He wants a big centerpiece right here to go up top. Now, anemones are an option. Could the copper band eat the anemone? You never know. We could still try an anemone, no big deal. So that could be a nice little centerpiece. I'm thinking some encrusting corals, possibly. Maybe we try a monopora. I'd like to get some star polyp back in here. Had it before, but I'm really thinking of some, maybe some more zoas, since those are doing good. But we need more life, so I really would love to hear your suggestions of what we should put in here. Obviously, all different types. The Redactus, and the Discosoma are doing good. I'm pretty sure a Recordia would probably do well in here as well. So just let me know down in the comments what you think. But I want to get this tank back. I want to get it looking good again. And like I said, we need more color, more life, and we need a centerpiece for right here. What do you guys think? Not sure how SPS would do in here, but let's go ahead and put some sample stuff in here and see what works and what doesn't, and take it from there. I did a big water change today. I did about 60% on this tank. Now, it's not all bad. Some of the stuff looks really, really good, guys. Some of the coral looks really, really good, and I still think we have a good chance to get this tank back on track and make it look really appealing. Now, unfortunately, I'm seeing, where is it at? Aptasia right hiding in there. There's still aptasia in this tank. There's definitely not as much as there used to be, so the way I look at it right now is let's just control it the best that we can. There is also aptasia in the sump area still too. Light's not working, so I can't show you, but there's a bunch in here. So there's a ton in the sump, but there's not that much in the display, which is a good sign, which means it's being managed in the display, most likely by this beautiful copper band butterfly. Beautiful fish. Love it. All right, so we're back at the shop right now, and I just want to have some final thoughts about that aquarium. It's frustrating because we're there only once every 2 weeks, and if that was like my home aquarium, you can make changes and adjustments and stay on top of it every single day. But when you're there once every 2 weeks, it's a lot harder. But I'm confident that this tank is getting back on track, and it's really encouraging to see that the aptasias under control. It's no longer bothering corals or stinging corals. Now, the one thing I want to add though is we had a bunch of Euphyllia coral in there and they were just dying, and I don't think that was because of Aptasia or vermitid snails. I think there's a fish in there picking on those corals. One of the tangs in there has learned to pick on corals, and now with the copper band in there, I think it's unlikely that we'll be able to have any type of Euphyllia in that tank long term. But I'm going to bring some sample corals next time, and we're going to try to see what works and what doesn't work, what the fish react to and what they don't react to, and we're just going to go from there. We're going to bring some samples, and hopefully we can get a better idea of what will be successful in that tank, because it definitely needs more life in it. While I have you here, I wanted to show you, look at this. We got some little baby puffers in. These came in a lot smaller than expected. I'm thinking about grabbing 2 of these and putting them in my 20-gallon tank. What do you guys think? Look how cute this little guy is. This is probably one of my favorite fish, the green spotted puffers. Yeah, I think I'm gonna grab 2 or 3 of these and bring them home and put them in my 20-gallon tank until they get a little bit bigger. But yeah, I love these guys. Got a bunch of Anthias in. These guys are in their quarantine, as well as the puffers. Although the puffers are a little bit easier to quarantine because they're freshwater right now, and then when they go to salt, you know, it helps a lot with the quarantine process. But look, we got a bunch of females, got the male right there. How awesome would it be to be able to put all these into your aquarium? Beautiful, beautiful fish. And some damsels over there. Got a power head keeping the water circulating. Over here in our holding system, that's getting some hydrogen peroxide, so preliminary quarantine. We have a panther grouper looking a little bit skittish. Now, usually this isn't a fish that we would get in, but this actually came from a customer who wanted us to quarantine it. So it's gonna go into a very big pond and have plenty of space. This is not normally a fish that we would, like I said, that we would have. And I don't really understand why they're being sold in the hobby, other than, like, you know, you have the people that just like to, you know, like you do with Oscars, they just like feeding fish live fish and they get kicks out of that. But when this guy gets really good size, really big, and there's just really no need to have a fish like this in the hobby, unless you're able to, like our client, have a big pond to be able to take care of it. But yeah, I see a lot of people that get these and put them in like a 55 gallon tank. It's ridiculous. And once they get big enough, they either try to give it away or, you know, the poor fish ends up dying because the people lose interest. Here's another grouper hidden in underneath those rocks. Same customer, same deal. Woo-wee, look at that beautiful Anthias right there. Look at that color on that. Whitetail tang. So all of these just came in this week. Flame hawk. We've got 2 flame hawks here. Those are the flame hawks are really popular. Once they come in, man, people want them. They don't stay here long. But all these fish down below and everything, Bangeye cardinals, of course, all these guys will be going to after they get this. All these fish will be set. Oh, we got 3 flame hawks. Nice. All these fish, once they're settled in here, once they get acclimated to the salinity level in our systems, we'll go ahead and move them over to their quarantine. Right now, this is just purely acclimation. They just got here, so we want to make sure they're comfortable and that they're getting, they're eating it. And they'll go on their own system, like these guys right here. They just recently moved over and are being treated with their meds, both of these 2 tanks. So yeah, everything is it's moving along. The process is tough and it's slow, but it's what we try to do right by our customers. We don't want to sell anybody sick fish, and we take care of a lot of aquariums, and you know, we'd be shooting ourselves in the foot if we're just constantly dealing with fish disease. So this is the best way to go about doing it. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, look who came out to say what's up. A grouper. Look at this, this is the most groupers we've ever had here at once. 3 groupers at once. This guy, now this is what I'm talking about. He's used to us. He's used to the feeding schedule, and he sees me and he's no longer hiding. He's ready to eat. That's really cool. But anyways, I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you so much for watching.